Hey guys, it's Jana with Twiggy Post, and today I want to take you behind the scenes and look at two different Instagram accounts and really talk to you about patterns and editing in order to create a cohesive feed. So I think we all know that on Instagram, you really want to be yourself. You want to just tell your story and be relatable. But one of the things that will bring people to your feed is beautiful images presented in a way that is enticing to the eye. Think about it like a magazine. You wouldn't pick up a magazine that has a really crappy cover. You'd pick up a magazine that's beautiful that you want to enjoy looking at. Well, Instagram is it's kind of the same way in the fact that you're presenting yourself, but you also want to make it appealing to people so that way they'll stick around, learn more about you, become loyal followers, and of course, customers. So a feed that I wanted to show you right away is Jenna Kutcher's. She is one of Instagram's leading ladies and is just such a delight to follow. And I love her for two reasons. She's so real and shares her heart, but she also has a beautiful feed and it's very inspiring. And she has a very distinct pattern. So I don't know if you can pick it out as we scroll through, but I'm going to point out this pattern to you here in a second. And then once you see it, you'll always see it. It'll stand out to you. And you can actually repeat this on your own feed. So if you'll follow along with me, she has a color image, a white background, a color image, a white background, color, white background, color, white background, color, white background, and it just goes on, and you're going to see it repeat throughout her feed. So even this image right here, that's her desk scene, and has a white wall. So even though she's done a color photo here, she has this one in between. And so this one over here, that has the Stay Focused necklace. It obviously has that stark pop of white here on the background, even though it has the pink in it. So she is keeping her feed consistent with this layout and it works for her. It looks beautiful and it really brings people in. It makes you want to stop and hang out on her feed for a while. And then of course, once you start clicking around, you hear her story and her heart and you just fall in love with her all over again. So her feed is both beautiful and real, and that's what makes her so popular. Look at her followers, 124,000. So you may look at that and think, there is no way I could ever get to that point. But I'm sure at one point Jenna thought that as well. So let me take you on over to another feed that I love, Bonnie Joy. And so her feed is a little bit different, but if you'll notice, there's a pattern with hers as well. And so let me just click on this. So here we go. She has a white image and then a pink background, a white image, pink background, white, white, pink, white, white, pink, white, white, pink. See how her pattern works like this? So everything within the middle has a pink background on it. And you can do this too. So even though her other images, I mean, she has her lunch posted here, but you kind of just keep scrolling on through. You get sucked into her feed because the pattern is very subtle, but it really works for her. And then I'm sure as she maps out her feed or her team maps out her feed, they're able to just kind of follow this pattern. So basically you're posting two images and then a pink, two images and then a pink. And you can do that too on your own feed, even if you just get stock photos or you have a styling board at home. Just know that for every two photos, you'd need to post something on that colorful background in order to get your feed to look like this. So these are just two feeds that I love, two examples of what you can do. And let me throw in a bonus here. I'm going to take you to my friend Danny's, and notice hers is in all black and white. And she said as a digital nomad, this really gave her a lot of freedom because she was able to just post images that she took on her cell phone mixed in with some stock photos, and as long as she turned them into black and white, it made her feed cohesive and fun, and it's easy to identify. You know that you're on Danny's feed whenever you see a black and white photo pop up. And she always has really good captions too. So when I'm scrolling through, it's easy for me to identify her photos because they're black and white, and not a lot of people use that yet, but I think it's going to make a huge comeback. But as I'm scrolling through and I see a black and white photo, I know it's Danny's, and I'll usually almost always stop on it to read her caption because her captions are really good. So just keep that in mind as you begin to identify your brand and cultivate your Instagram account. You want to have a style that people can relate to and that will stop them as they're scrolling through. So then they'll read your captions and they'll get to know you better. And then in the end, hopefully they'll buy your product. So I hope this helps you guys kind of map out your own Instagram feed. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always happy to help. Otherwise, I'll see you back on over at Twiggy Post.